I don't want to keep anybody.
Okay, good evening, everybody. It's so good to see your faces. Kimberly Hare is actually training us tonight, and she was like, what should I train on? And so she thought about it and she decided compliance. And I agree, because compliance, while not always necessarily sexy, you guys, it's so important that we know what we can do and what we can't do. It's so important that we know what we can and cannot say, because it literally does not only affect our business, it not only affects your business and my business, but it also affects the company as a whole. And so it's always good to review and make sure that we are doing exactly what we should be doing, and also not doing the things that we should not be doing. So Kimberly, take over, sister.
Hey, welcome. Yes, thank you, Tammy. I really was kind of stuck on what I was going to talk about. And what prompted this was, we borrow graphics from other consultants. We've got the graphics page or whatever. And I just ran across one that had the word heal in it. And I was like, are we supposed to say that? Like, I was like, So I did some research, whatever. And I didn't get too far on that one because I got sidetracked, ADHD. But I kind of went down this rabbit hole of, oh, you know what? We need to make sure that we're saying what we're supposed to be saying, how we're supposed to be saying it, and staying right along with the company's guidelines. Again, as Steffi stated, it's imperative for Monat as a whole. It's imperative for you as a market partner, as an individual, for your integrity, but the integrity of your team. And it just is a trickle effect across the board for all of our market partners, our Monat family, because we are a family. We want to take care of each other. So this is going to be pretty quick. Basically, what I'm going through is what is in Market Partner Academy. If you guys have not gone into Market Partner Academy for a while, and hello, I'm guilty. I usually go through it once a month, but a lot of people will re-onboard themselves. I just pick a topic for the month and I just kind of go through something that I might be missing, but there's a lot of really good things back there. And one of them is the compliance. There's a whole section in Market Partner Academy. And you just scroll down. It's in the chapter section. And it will tell you how far you've come. It's got a whole sliding scale of what you have or have not completed. So if you haven't completed it, then go in and get it done, because it will enhance your business and those around you. Okay, so the first one, it was with our new compliance person. I'm not sure of her title, but her name is Miss Rebecca. They pronounce it Beecham. She spells it like Beauchamp, but they pronounce it Beecham, and it totally threw me off. So anyway, the first thing I want to chit chat about is making money income claims. We cannot make any hard income claims. For instance, and I'm going to go through the no's first. You can't throw out wild monetary amounts like I made $1,000 this month slinging shampoo, or my director made $115,000 today, the 15th, right? We all get excited about the 15th of the month. Actually, this is a pretty good topic for the 15th of the month. It's tomorrow because CDRs are up. Oh, well, hello, Kim. Thank you. But anyway, you cannot put a monetary amount on a claim. Okay. And I know we have the income disclosures that we use. If you guys have, like I have it in my quick text. So if I am texting, hold on one second. If I'm texting somebody, let me just text my daughter. It's like IDR something. I don't remember. I made a mnemonic out of it. But it's income disclosure something statement, and it'll pop up. So when you put up something about your business or something that's related to the money in your business, you always want to put that income disclosure, and that is also in the back office. But the things that you can say, Actually, no, let me go back. Another thing you cannot say is, I bought it like something big and large, like, I bought a house with my money, or I bought a yacht, or I bought a Cadillac, or I bought this, or I bought that. You can say, uh, you could say, because of my extra income with money, I am able to put money towards a car payment, or I have been able to pay off my credit card bills, or I am able to take my family on a vacation that prior to this business I was not able to do. I'm contributing to my 401k, or I'm contributing to my whatever fund it might be. Okay. Um, you just can't put a dollar amount in your statement. It needs to be vague and broad. But that again is to protect you and to protect money. And the reason being is that the average income in Monate is not like a Louis Vuitton bag. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I can't remember what the average is right now, but it may not be the person, of the SED that's up here, and you have someone that's just starting out. Because there's not that there's an imbalance, but there's a belief imbalance in their head, and they can come back later and say, well, she said I could make $1,500 a month. She said it in this post right here. And then that reflects on you, it reflects on the company, but that also they can take those complaints to the Better Business Bureau and to the other company, the BBB, and the let me say SEC. SEC. I'm thinking. Hold on. Yeah, the Securities and Trade. FTC. Thanks, Tammy. Federal Trade Commission. I'm thinking SEC. We just got done watching softball. But you can say things like, I contributed to, it's helped me with, it's how it has enhanced your life, versus saying an outrageous thing like, I bought my iPhone, or you could say like, I used my iPhone, my money to buy my iPhone, but you can't say I made $800 this month. Okay, so it's about the impact that it's made on your life and the ability to do different than you have done before. Okay. Enticement, that's another one. So this is kind of like your top 4 of the policies. Enticement, you can't offer to pay anybody their VIP fee or their product pack fee, because that's not sustainable, it's not duplicatable. And if you do it for one person, then you'll have to start doing it for everybody, right? And that's not fair onto you, and that's not fair to anybody, right? Especially your pocketbook. But again, that's not sustainable. So when you have a market partner, they think they're going to have to pay for the VIP fees or the product pack, and it's unrealistic in the long run. And again, it creates complaints to the BBB and to the Attorney General, Tammy, the FTC, but to the Attorney General too. The other thing is that they may not understand the VIP agreement or the product pack agreement. And that gets back to when you sign up a VIP or you sign up a market partner. When you sign up a VIP, that's why we create the email carts and we set it up for them. And then they go into the website and they do the ordering of their products. They pay for the VIP fee, and it takes them through all the steps, and it goes through all of the VIP requirements before they hit submit. So their Monate's booty is covered, your booty is covered, and your consumer knows what the expectation is for the VIP requirements, the $19.99 membership fee and the 3 flex ships at $84. Okay. And then with the product pack, the same thing. You can email them a product pack, but then you're going to want to walk through. You can even do this with your VIPs, but you can walk them through the ordering process. So they do it kind of the way you talked about so they don't get confused, because I know our website for some people, they're like technology challenged and they just get overwhelmed by some things. So anyway, sometimes it's best just to walk them through, especially with the product packs. Okay. Um, let's see. You can, however, you can give a gift, right? So post enrollment, you can give a gift to your VIP and say, thank you for coming a VIP. You know, I send my VIPs a little goodie box. I send them some extra samples. I send them some hair doodads. Some people are really amazing. They take advantage of the flash sales, and some, you know, when the $10 sales come on, they'll grab a bunch of dry shampoos. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can say thank you to your VIP without having any issues. Okay. And then you can do the same thing with your new team members as well. You could gift them something afterwards. You know, like if I've got full size products that maybe they didn't get in their product pack, I'll toss those in the mail to them. Or, you know, if they're local, I just fill in the gaps sometimes. Okay. Oh, what's that, Rye? I sent to my personal email on it. Okay, hold on. I'll go. Sorry, ADHD. I'll look at that at the end. Sorry. Okay. Bonus buying, which I've never done this before, and I was like shocked. I should know better. I've been in direct sales for 20 years, and I've dealt with it directly with another teammate, but I personally have done it myself. But bonus buying, when you're buying on other people's accounts, no. You can, you don't want your credit card on any other account because Monday watches it. And the requirement now is one address, one market partner. So for instance, my daughter is a market partner before all this, but we had to like write into Monday and say, okay, no, she's a college student. She's living at home right now, but her school address is blah, blah, blah. So we had to differentiate that for her. And stacking. And I wrote a note here. Manipulating the comp plan is equal to bonus buying. So let's say that you have a friend that wants to become a market partner, or it doesn't matter if it's friends, someone that wants to become a market partner, and maybe their market partner that's prospecting them, then maybe she's really not working. Maybe it's like her one market partner in the whole year. But yeah, you've got Sally over here that's growing her business. You can't take the one from this leg and stack it on the other leg to help this one person grow. That's against the rules too. Because it's basically bonus buying. You're helping them bump up, and it's not helping you, the company, or that team member. Okay. And again, and I'm going to reiterate this, if you drug somebody into the business, you will be dragging them the entire way. If they're not going to do the work, you can help them along, you can love on them, you can be there when they need you with boundaries, but they need to work. This business, it's simple, but it's hard work. You got to put your paint, you got to get in the trenches. Okay. All right. Okay. And again, VIP and market partner enrollments, you can help them, but you cannot do it for them. It's a privacy issue, and because you don't want their social security number, you don't want their credit card number, you don't want to know any of that, because then if something happens to their stuff, it could come back to you, and you don't want to deal with that. It's just like when a VIP forgets their password, I make them call customer service. I don't deal with passwords anymore. If that is on them, I'm like, I don't want to know your credit card. It's for privacy issues between you and the company. They have your information safe. I don't have secure lock system in my house, or on my computer. I'm not going to keep that for you. Okay. In the beginning, just FYI, Google, when I first started in Gmail, it saved everybody's credit card. I didn't realize what I was doing. So like my first 15 VIPs, I had their credit card saved in Chrome, and I had to go in and delete everybody's out. It was a nightmare. like, because I just didn't know. I didn't know what it was doing. And I have a computer degree. I just didn't know it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to reiterate this a couple times. In resource library, under your business, under policy and procedures is more compliance information. Okay, so you can go back in there and get into the nuts and bolts of everything. And also in Market Partner Academy, when you became a market partner, you went through compliance training immediately. We all had, those of us that were established, we had to watch the compliance video with Mr. Houlihan, Tom, right? He's not with us anymore, but with Tom. And we had to watch that before we could continue on into our back office suite. So I know everyone that has come in has got to watch that. But if you need a refresher, you can go into the resource library under policies and procedure, or under your business policy and procedures. But also it's in Market Partner Academy. So just give yourself a quick refresher. They're like quick 10 minutes. Some are a little bit longer. Tom's are a little bit longer from, he was in the Bahamas. And another one, he did two that were like 10, no, maybe about 18 minutes long. But the shorter ones are basically just the condensed version of what he talked about. Okay, so how much time do we have? Okay, about 10 more minutes. Okay, so you want to be a really good steward, okay, for yourself, the integrity of your business, and for Monate. So let's just talk about a couple safe ways to talk about how you can talk about it, because there's like the basic advertising laws. Commercial speech is different than freedom of speech. Okay, so you have to be careful what you're saying. And again, this is getting more specific. The first video I watched wasn't as specific. This one was a little bit more specific, but no hard dollar claims. You can, no lifestyle claims. Like you can't even say, I retired my husband, or I quit my full-time job. You can't claim, how can I say this? I wrote down larger claims that aren't equal. Oh, because if you tell someone, oh, I retired my husband because of my money business. Well, what you're making, let's say, you're a market mentor or, managing market mentor, and you're making what your husband made at his full-time job, and he could retire and stay home with the kids. Someone that made, 30,000 a year versus whatever it is, 110,000 a year, whatever the average is. You can't compare those, equality. What it is people just, it sounds unbelievable because they can't wrap their brains around it. And we all know that a lot of people cannot wrap their brains around network marketing anyway. And it just like blows their mind. And again, it gets back to the complaints, the BBB. Don't downplay your hard work and your determination and your consistency and you're getting into the trenches, because that's, getting into the grind. That's when people see, oh, she's doing events, she's holding wine and washes, she's getting out there and doing what she needs to do to make this money. She's just not sitting back here going, I'm hoping post, hi, I put out a reel and I'm hoping 10,000 people will see it and I might get a couple of VIPs. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You got to talk to people. What you can ask people if they're interested, like, well, how much money do you make? Like I would just say, I would pull out the income disclosures where it says like the averages, and I would just say, this is the average, and I'm right in this average. You do not need to give them specifics. I'm in this average, whatever rank you're at. And you can tell them, I work this part-time next to my full-time job, or I work this full-time and I'm getting ready to leave my full-time job because I'm getting really close to being able to just switch over, but you don't have to get into specifics. You can say things like, well, you could ask them. Let's say you have someone that you're really talking the business, and I know we used to do this, and I haven't heard anybody do this for a while, but we would say, what amount per month would change your family's financial situation? And we would throw out numbers like, would $100, would $1,000, would how much? And then people would raise their hand, oh yeah, that, or they would write it down or whatever. And if you have someone, that's saying, I want 10 grand a month, but I only can work this an hour a week, well, then you're going to have to sit down and have a heart to heart down to the trenches. But you want them, like Stephanie says, you want them to dream, because we want the dreamers. We want the people that see the vision. Okay, you can say, I get to spend more time with my family during hours that I set, right? I set my own boundaries, I set my own hours. And when I work my business efficiently, I am creating a different life for my family. Okay. Um, I can work it as hard as I want or as small as I want, but I work in these hours. You can say things like contribute to the college fund, 401k, paid off CC debt, reiterating myself. And oh, so when you talk about the bonuses, we want to not talk about the bonus amount, but you want to talk about the rank advancement. And that gets back to getting into the trenches and working the business and showing that you've set the hours, you've set aside the 2-3 hours a week or whatever amount you're putting aside for your business, and what that like those power hours, that efficient concentrated effort is multiplying into the big picture. So you can talk about that, like, oh, because I've worked my business consistently for 3 or 4 hours a week and 1 or 2 events a month, I now am in the top 3% of the company, or I am in the top 1% of the company. You can say things like that. So, and then the full official, the income disclosure, don't cut that apart. Don't cut and paste it and put it on things. No, it needs to be in full 100% from beginning to end. And then if you need to go take an edit of some of your posts, just go through them really quick. Even some of your old graphics, like I have some of my old graphics that I didn't realize had some statements in it. I put one up in one of the graphic groups a couple weeks ago, and someone was like, oh, you can't say that. And I was like, oh crap, I didn't even see that. Like, one, I need new glasses, but two, it was really small and I didn't even notice it. And she called me out on it. So I'm like, well, I'll delete that one out of my picture, out of my picture. So I don't use that one again. I need to create another one. And you just need to take it down or edit it. Okay. Just make it correct. So I hope this was of value to you girls and guys. Just make sure that you're staying on top of what you're putting out there. If you have a question about how to word something, feel free to message one of us and we'll put a second, set of eyes on it, or even a third set of eyes. Because if I don't know it, I'm going to pull somebody else in and go, hey, can you look at this? Is this okay? Because we just want to make sure that everybody's covered. Again, because this is a family and we don't want anybody coming in saying, no, a Dikembe Mutombo. You guys have seen that commercial where he hits the basketball. He's like, no. That was a big thing back in the 90s. We're from Denver. So Dikembe used to be a Nugget. But anyway, that was a big thing. We go all over town and we'd hit things. No. So we don't want money to have to come and send you an email, or you get a phone call and say, you can't say this. I don't know how they're monitoring it. I don't know if you get an email or if you get a phone call, or they probably trickle it down to your sponsor, but I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that phone call. I would feel terrible. So but if you guys have any questions, just reach out to any one of us and we'd be happy to take a look at it. All right, do we have any questions? I see chats. Let me go through the chat here really quick. We got about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was great, Kim. I mean, it's such important information. And I think, kind of to your point, like, because even sometimes I'll go to post something and I'm like, is that right? Is that not right? And so my policy at this point is, either if I'm not 100% certain that it's not in line or it's not compliant, then I'm probably not going to post it. Or like Kimberly said, that I'm going to let somebody else look at it and say, hey, what do you think about this? Because I want to make sure that I'm in compliance. So I think it's a great reminder. You did awesome.
Thank you. And just one more thing. I know there is information about like the product. They talked about that back in the Market Partner Academy, and I thought it was already in there. But we did some short training, and I think it might be an MPO on what to say about the products. And I just want to reiterate, as long as you are, I just copy and paste off the product information sheets right out in the back office. You can highlight those, and you can just copy and paste those in your posts. If you do that, you're going to be in compliance because you're using Monate's verbiage, which has already been through the compliance department. So it's already, it's already checked off on the OK box. So just make sure that you're not rewording anything, just copy and paste, use, you can, and those you can cut up, because there's not a whole lot of room, but you can put the ones that mean the most to you or that fit your post. But we can do another training on that another day. But just so you know that that's also part of the compliance thing too, is making sure that your product claims are what they say they are. Because part of our kind of our claim to fame is, our products perform, and this is why they perform, and we can back that up. We got clinical evidence, baby. So, okay. All right. Chatter, anybody? Any questions? I'm pretty sure you can't advertise the gift. Yes, you cannot, right? You are absolutely true. And unfortunately, I see that a lot. I see sometimes I've seen nice bags. I'm just gonna say those fancy brown ones that last a bazillion years, that everybody loves. People, I see those given as gifts and stuff, and I don't, not so much anymore, probably earlier on before compliance really hit in, but I was like, it's a great gift and it's wonderful, and they probably deserve the gift because they worked really hard. But for somebody coming in brand new, they might go, oh my gosh, I can't do that. What? And they'll just be like, they're going to stumble because it doesn't seem believable. And so it's important to make sure that it's duplicatable. All right. Anything else, you guys? Anything? Everybody's all quiet.
I know, everybody's
so quiet. You guys know everything? I feel like the teacher. It's like, all right, any questions? Crickets. Bueller.
I'll ask a question.
Yes.
Are you talking about when you see people giving those Louis Vuitton bags and stuff?
Yes. I was trying to be discreet to that.
I mean, it's obvious, but like I do gift when I get a new VIP. They don't know that I'm going to gift them.
Yes.
But when I send them a little packet, and I always, because I always make them fill out their, I always make them do the quiz just so I can see what they're doing to their hair, and I don't always use it. But if I have one of the products that is suggested on there, I throw it in there as a thank you gift. They have no idea that I'm even going to send it. So
yes. And you're like the VIP customer service queen. And I think that's wonderful. You're not advertising it. You're just saying, hey, you know what? This was on your list, and maybe for financial reasons you couldn't get it, and I really want you to have it on this go around. Here, I have an extra one. Take it. I do that too. Dry shampoo. I mean, it's whatever. It's what you have that you can give. I went on to Amazon and I buy the dollar velvet scrunchies, and I throw some of those in there, and I have, anyway, we could do a whole VIP. You do the best. You have the best VIP, Suzette, system. So, but yeah, there's little things that you can do with that doesn't cost a whole lot of money. So, but yeah, it needs to be duplicatable. So, and in the beginning, we didn't give VIP gifts. So, anyway, all right, you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to, you can DM me if you have any questions. If you want a second set of eyes, I will always look at it. You can DM me again, but make sure you guys get in the back office, go over your Market Partner Academy. It's in there. And then it's also under the resource library, under policies and procedures. I'm gonna have this memorized right now. I'm gonna be like, Kim, where's compliance policies and procedures? I'm gonna win that. All right. So you guys have an awesome night. I think we're done.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Welcome,
Good night,
Amy.
everybody.
Good
Y'all have a
Good night,
good
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.